Nod or Shake reviews. Willie Nod or Willie Shake. Yeah!
We back. Welcome to another thing of Nod or Shake reviews. Nod if it's good, shake if it's not so good. Either way, you should check it out because you might find your new favorite movie. 2025, here we go. Wolf Man. I ended up enjoying it. I think there's some things that need to be told before you're going into this movie. And one important thing is don't look at this as a werewolf movie. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I think if you're going in and going with all the familiar werewolf stuff, Full Moon, Werewolf, all the Silver Bullet, all that, you're really gonna be really disappointed because you can almost say this isn't really a werewolf movie. Like if somebody said it's not a werewolf movie, it'd be hard to argue with them. I think like really the werewolf part was like the tragedy of a normal human being turning into this monster and then dying. Other than that, that's really it. Leigh Whannell, I'm saying his name wrong, probably. He does a really good job of using like the background. He directed Invisible Man and he did this very well. You're kind of like, where should I be looking right now? And it makes the scene scarier. And then sometimes you look at the right place and you're like, oh God. So he does use jump scares.
Not in the way that you think.
So but the way that he uses the space, he does it very well, and it makes it for a more scarier movie. The biggest criticism I think I have is at the end of the day, when the movie was over, I was just kind of like, yeah, it was good. Like I wasn't like, ooh, wow, I gotta tell everybody about Wolfman. I can't wait. It just kind of was like, like very deflating end, I think. And I wasn't
a lot different of a feeling than when you saw the Invisible Man.
Yeah. I wasn't crazy about the werewolf design either. It was kind of just like whatever. Like it kind of felt like they were working towards something and they just kind of gave up. Yeah. It looked like it could have gone really cool, and then it was just like, oh, we lost the budget. Looked like they were going full blown werewolf, but then they just kind of stopped mid transformation. Maybe there would have been more werewolf, but you know. Jim Bobby, on to you. Why did you shake?
So I think what this movie does really well, like Johnny said, the setup of the tragedy, because you see this family and you could tell that the family is slightly in turmoil. The husband and wife aren't meshing, but like they both want it. And the fact that they like go on this retreat to try and like repair this thing that is lost. But like I feel like, so what I like is like there are certain things that the director decides to not use any like exposition to tell you the obvious, like the beginning, his relationship with his father. There's something going on with the dad, you know it's going on, but he just decides to move on. And I do like those decisions. They feel a little bit more natural to me, because me as the outside viewer. But this is a shake for me because it doesn't grant it enough time to flesh itself out. And it's Wolfman is the title.
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to do the realistic as humanly possible, like almost like you're taking it and trying to redefine it like 28 Days Later did for the zombies.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we're over it. Give me a Wolfman, give me Lon Chaney Jr., and I'm there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just felt very fast. Like you couldn't get a hold of like.
Yeah, I get that.
So at the end, very tragic end, obviously. But like you don't get any of the aspects that you want out of the film, other than, oh man, this family is screwed. Yeah. That sucks. But like you don't get the full blown. You know, there were elements of the classic werewolf transformations, like broken up and slowed down. So you like, but like the dad gets scratched by the by the other wolf man, and first he's fine, and then all of a sudden his tooth falls out, and then he takes a drastic turn and he just starts eating his own freaking hands, and then he slows down again, and then everybody's like, oh my god, he's eating his own hands. The wife's like, what do we do? He's eating his hands. And even he's like, oh, my hands. And like, you're turning into a werewolf, bro. You were getting chased by this other werewolf. You got bit. You haven't deduced by now that you're effed in the B. You're effed in the B. Sorry. Bullet to the head. Sorry. That's why it's a shake for me.
Alrighty. That's fair. Extra Crazy Jake will see you next week with, I think, Flight. Something with Mark Wahlberg.
Ooh, Mark Wahlberg with a male pattern baldness. Always wanted to see it. Can't wait.
Thanks for cringing.